Welcome to Last Timeout. I'm Denzi.
I'm D.
Welcome back to another episode. How you feeling today, D?
And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling rejuvenated. But
Man, it's a good day to be alive.
Why
Excited to record this episode.
Why you ain't been on the game though? Before we get into it,
There's just more important things to do now, man. Reading books now.
We in quarantine. What are you talking about?
Reading books.
If you say so, man.
But make sure if y'all new to this channel, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and y'all comment and even dislike if you have to. We love the feedback. Just know that y'all interact and all that. Yeah.
All types of feedback, y'all. It don't even matter. But I guess we're going to get into the episode. Today we here with our final top 10 list of the positions. We're on our center list. So this is just going to round it out. But before we get into that, we do have some news that we found out today. Giannis' Instagram got hacked. No, it was his Twitter, right? It was his Twitter, right?
Twitter.
Bro, and the stuff that we're saying, bro, it was hilarious. But this is where it went kind of sour with me. Don't speak on Kobe. Do not, because at that point you're getting real disrespectful. Like, I understand, like, saying stuff, you say stuff about his girlfriend, that's hilarious. But when you start speaking on anyone that's past, especially what Kobe meant to the NBA world, that's where we have to draw the line, bro. That's just not cool. What you think about it?
I didn't even see what he said about Kobe. Because I had the notifications on actually, and the first thing I think he said was I'm going to the Warriors, something like that.
Yeah, that was hilarious. It was like it will make it interesting. So I was like, it's whatever. But then like I kept reading, and he said like two things about Kobe. I'm not even gonna repeat. But like people gotta grow up, bro.
Yeah.
At this point, like I know we in quarantine, but how bored are you really? Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, grow up, bro. You just sitting down in the basement, just hacking NBA players, writing stuff, disrespectful stuff about Kobe. Like that's why when Kobe died and I'm looking like everybody posting Kobe and like people in the comments are posting RIP, the same people who are saying RIP are the same people making jokes about it. That's why I'm not going around liking every message. So the NBA community gotta grow up. We gotta grow up, man. We got to.
It's really out of control, man.
It is, bro. It is. Like 2K.
It's so many NBA players that have been hacked and stuff. It's crazy.
Jamal Murray.
Nah, that was all him.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
No, you know. We're not gonna get into that. But our next conversation we have is the college athletes are starting, like they're able to get revenue now. So
they actually approve that now?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like how's that gonna work? Like, it's every player?
No, they're not getting paid by the NCAA, but they're allowed to make money. So let's say a Brandon Boston, if he wants to go get paid, if Nike want to sponsor him while he's in college, he can do that.
So it's like the bigger players, the ones that like actually have a name for themselves.
Like anybody who gets endorsements, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, that's dope, man. I think that's gonna bring a lot more players to college, you know, since they're starting this new trend about going to the G League and going overseas and all that. I think that's gonna bring back the college hype.
Yeah, that's hopefully, well, bro, I want an NCAA game. I don't know about you. I'm tired of 2K. I know you're tired of 2K. I'm trying to play some NCAA, bro. I don't know about you. I'm trying to play some NCAA. What you think? What you think if we got something like that?
Bro, I don't even remember what was the last NCAA video game, bro. It was too long ago. Way too long ago. They have to bring that back, bro.
I want something like that.
Especially with like last year, how they had all these big players and stuff. Like that's gonna bring in like a lot of money, bro. So they really have to start back doing that.
Yeah. I want EA to try to get something like that. I want EA to get that done because like NBA Live, it really ain't been hidden. Like it really haven't been hidden lately.
Yeah.
If they could step away from the NBA and maybe do an NCAA thing, that would be I take that. I take that over to.
Because they canceled Live 20. I said 2K.
Oh yeah.
So I think they should just go a different route because they're not going to overtake 2K at this point. It's just not possible.
Which is disappointing because 2K they just get over on people every year, bro.
Yeah.
They get over on people every year. But I guess we'll go ahead and get into our center list. I noticed what y'all clicked on the video for, so we ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's go on ahead and get into it. Who do you have an honorable mention? Because I have one.
Yeah, starting off with the honorable mention, I'm a diehard Brooklyn Nets fan, so Jared Allen is my honorable mention.
Imagine. He ain't even crossed my mind. But he's cool though, man. He young. What is his second year? But he ain't crossed my mind, bro.
Yeah. Who's your honorable mention?
My honorable mention, I had Nikola Vucevic. I just couldn't put him on my list. I'm gonna be honest, like I know he's still putting up like 19 or 20, but they say his defensive impact went even more down, and in his All-Star season, his defensive impact wasn't even great. So the fact that it's decreased, that it's two sides to the ball. I'll probably say that a couple more times throughout the video, but it's two sides to the ball, and you can't just play one.
Yeah.
I mean, but the Magic are in the playoffs, so they're doing something right.
I didn't even know he had issues on defense, but
yeah,
I had him pretty high on my list.
Yeah. Oh, you got him pretty high on your list?
Yeah.
Okay. Who you got your number 10?
Number 10, I had Montrezl Harrell. He's a great small center because he's very undersized, and it's not like he's just small. Like he makes up for that size with his physicality and all that, and he's a great scorer. He gonna give you 30 off the bench. That's just how he is. You got his 10.
My number 10, I got Jonas Valanciunas. He just really been a solid. I like to think of him as like kind of a rock. He's solid in the paint. His defense isn't stellar, but he is able to alter some shots at the rim. So I really like how he's just a good veteran presence for Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., Dylan Brooks, and Brandon Clark. I like that he's one of the veteran presence in that locker room and able to keep everybody composed. He can slow the ball down by posting up. He can stretch the floor 36.7% from the three this season. Solid free throw shooter, 73%. And I just really like what he's doing down there in Memphis. I like that.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was shooting now. That's crazy.
Yeah. We on the 9.
Number 9, I had LaMarcus Aldridge. Honestly, I thought he was playing power forward, but no. But he's a great veteran for the Spurs. I don't see him leaving the Spurs either. Like I just feel like he's gonna retire there because he's old already, and he's a great scorer. But yeah.
Okay. My number 9, right? You know, I got my Montrezl Harrell. You basically covered everything that you basically covered him. I got him here because I feel like this is just right for him. Like you said, he can come off the bench, give you 20 to 30 on a nightly basis. This season he's averaging 18 and a half and 7 rebounds. I do want to see his playmaking go up, but he's really an ideal center for today's NBA. Hopefully we do see him stretch the floor out. But like I really like his footwork. He's like faster than most bigs at his position. So I like the way that he can in a pick and roll game, he can step out to the perimeter. If he has to switch, he can guard the point guard. I I I just like his game a lot because he's so versatile on the offensive end and especially the defensive end. So I really like that. I really like what I'm seeing out of him.
Yeah. So at number 8, I got Jonas Valanciunas. Like you said, you called him a rock, and that's exactly what he is, man. He's a solid all-around player, and yeah. Who you got?
My number 8, I got Steven Adams. Steven Adams, you know what you're gonna get out of him at this point. Not an amazing scorer. His scoring stats was a little elevated because like Russell Westbrook was force feeding him the ball. So his points per game went down, I believe. Yeah, it went down by 4, but you know what you're getting out of him. He's not a big shot blocker, but he alters shots at the rim.
Yeah.
Just like I said with Jonas Valanciunas, he knows how to protect the paint without fouling. That's one thing I like. He sets big hard screens. Multiple NBA players have came out and said that he's the strongest player in the league, or one of them. So I really I like Steven Adams' game, man.
Yeah, I remember Jimmy Butler saying something like that, and said that he set the hardest screen on him. That was funny. But
I think his nickname was the Big Kiwi. Who came up with that?
We got number 7.
Mhm.
Number 7, I got Clint Capela. Honestly, I haven't watched him all season, but
He ain't been playing.
Yeah. And I didn't even have Steven Adams on my list. So
okay, since you said that, I'm gonna say I didn't have Clint Capela on my list. But playing games is a big part. That's a big part for me. So if you not playing games, if you not out there being on the floor with your team, I know it's not their fault because of injuries, but if you're not out there, I just couldn't put you on my list or high up on my list.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely switch Clint with Steven Adams just because he's played more games. But who you got at 7?
My number 7, I got LaMarcus Aldridge. You already spoke on him. The one thing I do say, I think he's gonna leave. He's not a big San Antonio guy. He just got there like 4 or 5 years ago, so he's not like a big Spur till I die like Tim Duncan guy. I do think because I think he's a free agent this offseason. Ain't he? I think so, but I know if a team really want him, they'll go get him. I don't think he's gonna request too much because at this point, I think he's just trying to win a ring.
Yeah. Well, moving on to number 6, I got Nikola Vucevic. You said you didn't have him on your list, right?
He was my honorable mention.
Well, yeah, you said that he has problems on defense. I didn't even know about that. I just thought he was a solid defender. But now that I'm hearing that, I could have switched him with Clint or something. I don't know. But yeah, who you got?
My number, we on 6. I got Andre Drummond. Andre, you know what you getting at Andre Drummond. High rebounder, great, decent scorer inside. He's always gonna get his numbers. I want to see some effort. He with a player of his like the way he's built, he's able to block shots like you see here. Like 1.5 shot block per game, but like I just feel like he has so much more potential to block shots and actually have a real impact on the defensive side of the ball to where if they have a lack of perimeter, like good perimeter players, if their player drives in the paint, you should have that comfort in knowing I got Andre Drummond down there. So if he comes to the lane, he'll be able to at least alter the shot or make it tough. So I feel like I just want to see some more effort out of Andre Drummond. That's all I want out of him. But he's great.
So moving on to number 5, I got Andre Drummond. You know, like you said, he could definitely improve defensively. You know, I could see him maybe 2.5 blocks, just bringing that up, because you know, like you say, like he has the build for to be a defensive player, but it's just the effort that he lacks. So he got.
My number 5, I got Hassan Whiteside. I'm gonna be honest. Don't get me wrong. The numbers he's putting up is ridiculous, bro.
Mm-hmm.
16 points per game, 14 rebounds, 3 blocks. That's crazy. But the reason I say I'm scared is because I've had multiple Portland fans tell me that he's putting up empty stats. He's like just worried about his numbers and not actually trying. And that's one thing that scares me because this is his contract year. I hope that he's not playing good just to get a now contract. So that it scares me, bro. I really hope that this is like something he tries to do like through the rest of his career. Like, but I hope this ain't just a contract year thing for him.
Yeah. I didn't even have this on my list. Yeah, I don't know if he deserves to go on it actually, because like you said, you know, he's basically stat padding, and I honestly don't see him as a Portland kind of guy. I don't think he fits with them. I don't know. But moving on to number 4, you know, this player isn't very loved right now for what he did, but I had to put him on. So we got Rudy Gobert, number 4. You know, he's a great defensive player. Well, it's actually became pretty questionable this year after Westbrook and a few other players have gone crazy on him in the paint. But yeah, he's a great rebounder, great shot blocker. He could improve offensively. But yeah, I don't want to say too much about Rudy Gobert because it's a little bit of tension between me and him right now. So
a little sensitivity. But you're right. I think our top 4 are gonna be the same. I got Rudy Gobert too. I mean, he's just doing Rudy Gobert things. 2 blocks per game, defense always there, back-to-back defensive player of the year. You know what you're getting out of him. Just I don't know. I don't even want to talk about him.
All right, let's just move on.
So,
all
you got
right.
number 3.
Number 3. You're gonna disagree with this. I know you're gonna disagree with this because you're a huge fan of this player. But I got Nikola Jokic at number 3. Well,
Y'all see what I got to deal with. Y'all see what I got to deal with. This the dude I do a podcast with.
Well, you know, Jokic, he's arguably, you know, the best passing center in NBA history. So that says enough for itself. Like, there's not that much else you can say about him. Cause he's a horrible defender, and I'm playing.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna make you mad.
He ain't the best. He ain't the best.
I'm trying to make you mad.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying my number 3. Probably your number 1. I got Karl-Anthony Towns.
Yes, sir. Best center in the league.
I say he's the You made me come around. I say he is the best scoring center in the league. I said I give him.
We had an argument about this on another episode. I forgot which one it was. He said Joel Embiid was a better scorer than Cat.
Let me finish though.
He came to his senses.
26 and a half, 11 rebounds, a block per game. What is he shooting from 40% from three, 41% from three as a center is absolutely ridiculous. But the reason I had him at my number 3 spot is 35 games played. I know I'm contradicting myself about what I said earlier, but when you putting up 26 and a half, I think you get a pass, right? I think you get a pass. So I got him at my number 3. We know what Karl-Anthony Towns gonna do when he's healthy.
Right.
So I just can't wait to see him back on the court with his new point guard, D'Angelo Russell.
So number 2, I had Joel Embiid. You had him at 2 as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so we had this the same. Well, Joel Embiid, I don't know what it is, but he's just not one of my favorite players. I can't find it in my heart to like. I think it's because he had that beef with Cat, when they was on social media, and they.
Hey guys, if you
that was funny.
He's a big Karl-Anthony Towns fan. If you didn't know.
Yeah, so I had to put him at 2.
You're right. My number 2, I got Joel Embiid too. I don't know. 44 games played, more than Cat. That's one reason I had him over him. But Joel Embiid been playing soft, bro. He been really playing soft. Like, it's not. I don't know. He came out this season talking about, I'm done with social media. Then you get back on there, and then you have the whole thing, like you said, with Cat just doing too much. Like, bro, if you gonna make all these promises, like, bro, they caught you in the tunnel crying, hugging your girlfriend, literally tears down your eyes. Kawhi hit one of the best shots in NBA history in your face, and you come back doing this. Like, come on, I'm starting to. I don't want to say I'm giving up on Joel Embiid because I know what he can do, but he really been a disappointment, bro.
Yeah, there was a lot of NBA analysts, and they were talking about he's lacking effort now or something like that. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's same thing, like kind of like Andre Drummond situation. Just no effort, but I don't know. I remember the Joel Embiid that used to get in people's faces, literally got in Andre Drummond's head, made him shoot threes, and he know he can't shoot threes. I miss that type of dominance from Joel Embiid. That's the closest dominance in my eyes since we've seen, like, from a player since like Shaq. I feel like Joel Embiid was supposed to be the most dominant player, but now it's Giannis. But I feel like Joel Embiid was supposed to take that step and be the most dominant player.
Yeah, he could have.
Yeah, he could have.
So we have number 1. You guys already know who I have in number 1. The greatest shooting center of all time, Karl-Anthony Towns. He didn't play many games this season, but this is the first time he's ever missed a game in his career. So that's really mind-blowing. Like, he's never missed a game till this season. So he's a healthy player, and I'm really looking forward to what he can do with, like you said, D'Angelo Russell. I think they'll be a great match together. In an unstoppable pick and pop. That's going to be crazy. Like, teams have said that they have to guard the Timberwolves differently because the way Cat can shoot. Like, he's a center doing point guard type step back threes.
He can run the pick and roll. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
My number 1, I got Nikola Jokic. I'm pretty high on Nikola Jokic, but in my eyes, it's for a reason. 65 games played. He's just there. He's been a decent leader for his team. Denver, they've been a little shaky this season. Like, but it's whatever. They're a young team at the end of the day. But 20 points per game. He's not blocking the shot. I did not know that.
What?
He's not blocking the shot.
So I was right about what I said.
I mean that he I gotta watch more of his game. I gotta go watch some archive games. But
yeah, his defense isn't mentioned too much, so I wouldn't know.
So 7 assists, 10 rebounds. That boy, bro. I remember watching him play against Portland. He played the whole game, and he played like 65 minutes. It went to like 2 overtimes, and that was that game where Rodney Hood came off the bench and just went crazy. Hadn't played
I remember that game
since like the third quarter, and came in and went crazy. But that game, Nikola Jokic was out there balling, giving effort. That's why, like, even though he's not blocking the shot, now I'm saying he's never averaged a block per game in his career. But it just is what it. I feel like he's the great because like he's so versatile. He's just so versatile. So that's why I got him at my number one. I just know what Nikola Jokic is gonna do on the night.
Bro, when I tell you, this dude is the biggest Jokic fan ever, bro.
I'm not a Jokic fan. I just feel like that's common sense.
Bro, on 2K, he be running around with his Jokic jersey on everywhere. Out of control.
What center don't want? I mean, Jokic can do everything. He can stretch the floor out.
He can block the shot.
That is one of my issues in 2K. I'm not gonna lie. When I want to block shots, I'll block shots. But if I'm not blocking shots, it's gonna be bad. I'm talking about pure slashers coming into the paint, dunking all over me. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Right on.
But hey, anything you got to say?
Well, this is the end of the episode, so yeah, if y'all like the video, y'all make sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel.
Make sure you do that. Hey, I guess we out.